I am live. 2:50 in the afternoon, and I'm going live. Let's see. Alrighty. There you go. And my shirt. Ugh. Cleaning. Let's cover that part anyway. Let's see. Let's cover that board anyway. Hello, hello, hello. I am good. Oh boy. I got cleaning, and I figured I'd stop a couple minutes and see you guys, and I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess, guys. Oh. Oh, wow, there's 6 people in already, you guys. You guys are flipping hot today, man. What's going on? Somebody tell me what is going on. I don't have school. This is going to bug me because now I don't have a clean shirt on. But that's all right. What's going on, guys? There's a new song out that I wanted to share with you guys. It is called Fight, Fight, Fight. This is one of the reasons why I came on today. Let me see if I can find it. This song is absolutely very cool. Fight song. I think it's this one right here. Is it this one? Oh. No, hold on. That one. Is it this one? Hold on a second. As he stood on the stage, crowds cheered his name. Shots rang out. It might be. Hold on a minute. So insane, but he did not falter. He stood tall, he stood brave. A leader determined, never bend, never it's not that cave. One.
I stand before you in this arena only by the grace of Almighty God. They didn't know I was looking out. They thought it was over, but I could see it. I wanted to do something to let them know I was okay. I raised my right arm, looked at the thousands and thousands of people that were breathlessly waiting.
I am looking for this song for you guys. You got to hear this song. It is the coolest. Hold on.
I stand before you.
No, it ain't this one. And Tyson James. Not him. I gotta find this song for you guys. I had it yesterday, and I wanted to show you guys. Let's see if I can go back. Let's see if I can go back and find it here. Hold on. This one. Yeah, right here. There we go. You got to see this. This is pretty cool.
Here on the East Coast, the nation is still processing yesterday's attempt on former President Trump's life as the investigation into the shooter continues. Here is what we know now at this hour. 2 people are hospitalized, the best of us, and he described
Yeah, here it is.
Bureau order that flagged Valley. One goer is dead, and half staff in his honor.
Yeah. This song is like the coolest. Let's see if I can get this on here.
In Butler, PA, the crowd gathered round for a man they believe in who's standing his ground. Shots rang out in a moment of fright. Up from the chaos rose a symbol of might. Fight, fight, fight for the red, white, and blue. Through the darkest of nights, says we'll see it through. Fight, fight, fight with a fist in the air. For the heart of this land, we show that we care. He stood up tall with a fire in his eyes, defying the danger through all the lies. The people's champion in the heat of the fight, raising his fist for our freedom tonight. Fight, fight, fight for the red, white, and blue. Through the darkest of nights, Reds will see it through. Fight, fight, fight with a fist in the air. For the heart of this land, we show that we care. No bullet can silence the voice of the free. With courage and honor, we all take a knee. For those who defend us, both near and afar. Our spirit unbroken, like a great shining star. Fight, fight, fight for the red, white, and blue. Through the darkest of nights, we'll see it through. Fight, fight, fight with a fist in the air. For the heart of this land, we show that we care. From the ashes of struggle, we find our way. With every step taken, we earn a new day. Voices united, singing strong and loud. In Butler, PA, we're a resilient crowd. Fight, fight, fight for the red, white, and blue.
Isn't that pretty cool? That was Truck Stop Politics. They're the 2 guys I met in they were the guys I met in York, Pennsylvania. They did that song. Hi, Cleo. They did that song and they wanted to go viral, so we need to make that go viral. It is an amazing song. I love that song. So that is that. It is Truck Stop Politics. You need to subscribe there and tell them you guys love their video. And we're going to try to get that viral for them. I mean, I subscribed like 2 days ago. Chris is amazing. They're going to go back to Butler when President Trump goes back to Butler. So, alrighty. So what I want to tell you is the extra large green is gone. Jericho bought that as in t-shirts. I have 1 large black and 2 extra large black. 2 extra large red. And the white, I have 1 large, 4 extra large, and 1 extra large in white. And in the yellow, I have 1 large and 1 extra large in that. And then that will be those. I need to get them sold. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 more shirts, and they are gone. And then you're gonna have to go on. Here is the yellow. This is the large one, but I'll just show you. Here's the yellow. The J6 emblem on here. Here is the Operation Freedom on the back. United We Stand. Here is the Stop Hate on the sleeve and the American flag on the other, which is, these shirts are pretty cool. These are my design. All proceeds go to J6 if you guys want them. That is that one. Now there's people texting me already. No one talks to me all day until I go live. Here's her red one. The J6 emblem. Same thing. Here's the back of it. Operation Freedom, United We Stand. Okay. Here is a white one. I'm not a big fan of white, but that's okay. Here's the white. Operation Freedom, United We Stand. And then the black one. I'll just show you a black one. And I gotta fold all these later and put them back where they belong. And then here's a black one. Here's everything is right to left. Here's the ribbon. Here's the back of that. J6, United We Stand. And if you want different sizes than what I have, you have to go to stophate.com. And I don't know what they cost on there, but I know what I have is what I have. Cleo, I hope you have your flag up. Here is the flags. These are 50. Operation Freedom, United We Stand at the bottom. I will sign this for you if you want me to, but I have to get some money together to go to Washington, D.C. to get more signed. So that is that. Let me see who's answering. Cleo, you should have had it. I think everybody got theirs yesterday. I'm gonna have to check and see when yours is due. They were mailed. I had to go out in the car and get the receipt. But you should have had it. I thought yesterday. Maybe today. I'll have to check. But they were all mailed out the same day. And even Beverly got hers in California. So I'm surprised. But I'll check it out. I'll have to go up to the car and get the tracking number, and we'll track it and see where it is. I'll have to call you. That surprises me. I'm checking out. So that is where I am on that. There is new dates that I went through yesterday, and I forget where I put them. There is new dates for when I am supposed to be. I don't know where I wrote them down. The end of August is down at Bedminster. Things could change. I thought I had them written like right here. Because I went over it last night because Jericho was all right, well I guess I don't. All right, so let me see here. I have to go to Facebook and get this and write them down now. Now I'll have to write them down. Okay, let's see. Schuylkill County flag wave. The next flag wave, I think, is next Wednesday. Let's see here. I do believe it's next Wednesday. I'm looking. I think it's next Wednesday. It's in Frackville, Pennsylvania. We are doing that. Yeah, August. I'm writing this down right now. This one is August 20. I'm writing these down so that I can just tell you guys. August 29th at 5 o'clock. That is a Thursday. So next Thursday, let's see, 5. Let's see where that is. In Frackville, Rose Oak Street. Rose Oak Street, Frackville. Okay, so next Thursday at 5, we have a flag wave. That's with everybody from home here. Then there is one October, not a flag wave. With let's see if I got camera pictures on here. This one is at the state capitol. October 5th. So that would be not. Was Sean Foyt. That is. I'm looking. Because I do have stuff on this. This just came in. as of yesterday. Let's see if I have it. Yes, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, October 5th at the Capitol. Kingdom to the Capitol, it's called. Kingdom to the Capitol. That's October 5th, 24 at 2 p.m. That is with Sean Foyt. He goes all over the country and he's big into, he's real religious. And then I have, what do I have next? Before, in September, let's see, that one, the rally with Doug Mastriano, that is September. Hold on, I'm looking. I got so much going on, I don't even know the dates anymore. September. I'm going to write all these down because my calendar is filling up of every weekend now at this point. Let's see. Okay, so let's see here. No. That is September. God. Okay, there's the tickets. September 28th. Yeah, September 28th is Walk as Free People rally. Walk as Free People. I'm writing all this down. Walk as Free People. Rally with Doug Mastriano. You guys write all this down too. This is all things I'm going to be doing. Mastriano. That's at 2 p.m. And that's in Hanover. Carlisle. That's in Hanover. Hanover, PA. 17331. That is with Danny Goki. He sings My America. He knows that I've been using his music for videos. He wants to meet with me for that. That is going to be another weekend. Also, there is August. The end of August is with down at Bedminster. That is, let me see where I can find that. That is with I'll tell you in a second. Now, this isn't the one for Labor Day yet. I didn't even get that one yet. Okay, so that one is, I'm looking. Oh, That one was canceled. August 17th was canceled. Hold on. Nope, that's a birthday party. All right. What do we call that? I'm looking to see dates so I can help you guys out. Save America. Okay, let's look there. Okay. So we're going to do Save America. Save America truck. Okay. So August 31st. My days are filling up. August 31st. That is supposed to be from 9 a.m. to 1. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is at Bentminster. A flag wave for that. At the Clarence Dillon Public Library, you were supposed to meet. I'm just writing all this down. So I got one the 29th, the 31st of August, which is next week. Then the Walk is Free People is, why did I write that down? That was September something. In September, I have the Walk is Free People. I know, it will. All right. Yeah, it was. And it was a mistake. Sorry, C4. September is the Walk is Free rally. October 5th is the Kingdom to the Capitol. That's at 2 p.m. I still have Bentminster to meet President Trump. I haven't gotten that yet. There is a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I don't even have time to even figure it out. So there's a lot of dates. There's a lot of weekends coming up that I have full for us to do something. And then during the week, once or twice a week, I will do flag wave at a later date because of me working back to work. And I'll do some flag waves in between there. Yeah, it will work out. We're fine. So yeah, it will all work out. So that these C4, these are the flags. If you're interested, here they are. Operation Freedom J6, United We Stand. I will sign them when I go down to DC. I will get new ones made up. I'll get more signed, and they will be $75. Well, a moments away, the president is speaking in Arizona. I just want to. Oh, there's so much. I know, right, Lynn? I have to find my cash app. That's what I'm looking for. I need to get organized a little bit, and I'm not organized at all. I have them all written down, and I don't have them written down. Here it is. So I'll post this. Maybe it's not. Hold on. Slash. Oh, 1 slash. It is. Hold on. $15. Okay. What am I doing? Okay. That should be right. That should be right here. It's posting now. There you go. That is my Cash App if you guys are interested. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm glad the stuff has gotten out. Oh, I have to go up and see Cleo soon when yours is being delivered. I kind of thought it would have been there yesterday, but it is not. So there's my Cash App on there. If anybody wants shirts, flags. And that's all I have. They just, the bus term called today and says, "You're coming back to work on Monday, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll be back on Monday." I wish I could do this full time. It would be amazing if I could do it full time. But I don't have the money to do it, or I would do it full time. So President Trump is on now. He's at the border. Let's see if we can get him up here so we can let's see if we can get Mr. Trump up here. Watch live.
The cartels, and no one is addressing them except local law enforcement and our agents and our troopers. I will say this as I close out. America's sheriffs have stood strong on the voice to secure our borders. We have tried everything to meet with President Biden and Vice President Harris, the border czar. They are the first, this is the first president administration in modern day that has never met with one American sheriff to address border. That's a shame. And you wonder why we don't have engagement, prioritization, and that's why we're suffering this country. When President Trump was president, I was at the White House more than you can think of. He was always there for us. I can assure you, Mr. President, this community and our law enforcement professionals will never give up hope. To us, hope is confidence. Hope is commitment. Hope is courage. And your visit today renews our hope here. Thank you, Mr. President, for being here.
So thank you very much, everybody. It's a very sad time for this country in many ways. You had a candidate. I was no fan of Joe Biden, but the way he was taken out was a coup. He got 14 million votes, and the person running now got none. She was disgraced. She was figured out by the Democrat voters. She never made it to Iowa. She was the first one out of approximately 22 people that were running for the Democrat nomination. She never even made it to Iowa. Beautiful place, Iowa. But she didn't. Plenty of people did. And Biden got 14 million votes. She got no votes. And now she's running against us. The good news is I think we're winning in the polls based on what I'm seeing. And after the debate, we were winning by many points, as you know, against Biden. They went in to see him. They said, "You're losing. You're not going to win. You can't win. We're going to get you out." It was a coup of an American president. And it was done with anger. And he's more angry than anybody. And again, I'm no fan of his. I think he was perhaps the worst president. He was the worst president, largely because of what's happened at the border. He's allowed, in my opinion, and in the opinion of the gentleman behind me who know this better than anybody, much more than 20 million people into our country. Many from prisons and jails, many from mental institutions, insane asylums, and many terrorists. And this was, when I left, this is a very famous chart now because this chart probably saved my life. But this chart is showing, the arrow on the bottom shows that this was the lowest. This was the last week in office for me because of a horrible, horrible election where I got many millions more votes than I got the first time, but didn't quite make it, just a little bit short. We got to clean up our borders. We have to clean up our elections, or we're not going to have a country. But that's my last week. The arrow on the bottom, you see, that's the lowest point, as the gentlemen were talking. That's the lowest point in the recorded history of the border. This was done by Border Patrol. This wasn't done by Trump. This was done by Border Patrol, working with ICE and law enforcement. And that's what we're going to do. Again, if you take a look, interestingly, at all of the wall that's laying on its side, that could have been put up in a matter of weeks. It was all set to go. It was all cut out. And if you look at the top of the mountain behind us, it was all shaped, all ready to go. Could have been put up in a few weeks. Much of it's been sold for 5 cents on the dollar. It's very expensive. I worked with Border Patrol very closely. We worked, Brandon, we worked with all of Paul, all of your people. And we wanted to design something that worked. And we actually had mountain climbers. We even had drug climbers. They call them drug climbers. They can get over a wall so incredible with 75 pounds of drugs on their back. They can climb up things. And we designed this after looking at a lot of different designs. And that's an anti-climb panel that makes it very tough for somebody to climb. This was the one they wanted. A little more expensive version, but this is the one that's a very important panel on top. And it's called anti-climb. And this was put in here just to shade us because a lot of rough people on the other side. So I figured you're the media, you want to be shaded. This gets taken off. This is just temporary to shade us from potential hazard. We know about hazards. But all of this wall was built at great expense, and all it had to be, erected, which just had to be stood up on its end, concrete on the bottom, goes down 6 feet. That also went down and shielded from tunnels because we went down about as far as it's practical for them to go down. They build tunnels under walls. We went down pretty deep. We'd go down a lot deeper than the wall, made it very tough for them. And we stopped that, and we stopped people from coming over. But when they refused to, I built hundreds of miles of this, by the way, as far as the eye can see. You look at the other direction, as far as the eye could see. And then I'd hear people say, "Oh, he didn't build the wall." We built the wall. We built much more than I was anticipated to build. And we were going to build an extra 200 miles. Much of this is that, which is much more than I said I was going to do, because as we built it, they would go around the edges. So we were going further and further out, and it worked. We had the best numbers ever, and we had them largely because of the wall, and also because the Mexican military helped us, which they never helped at any time. They never helped. And we were very proud of it. So we went from the best numbers in recorded history to the worst numbers in recorded history or any other history. And we have a Marxist that's running, and I don't think you can let her. This country is not ready for a Marxist president. She will never build the wall. She doesn't want to build the wall. She's only saying if she changes her mind, it's only because she wants to get elected, because who wouldn't want to have a strong border? You need strong borders and strong elections, and we have neither. but we're going to have very strong borders, and we're going to have very strong elections soon. The people are fed up. It's common sense. The people are just fed up. And you saw it. Everybody coming from the airport saw the thousands and thousands of people lined up. It looked like Lindbergh coming in from what he did at the time. Broadway, it was amazing when you see all those people it's a long drive from the airport and so many thousands and thousands of people. The people in my car said, I've never seen anything like that. We're in the middle of an area that's not well populated, and to have thousands of people like that is pretty unbelievable. I hope you got to see it. And I hope the press writes the story fairly, because it's a story of disgrace. We had a border czar who was the border czar. She loved the title, but she didn't want to do the work because she's lazy. And probably more importantly than being lazy, she wants to have an open border.
Yep.
And you say, who would want an open border where criminals can pour into our country? And all you have to do is walk up there, if you have the courage to do it, and go to that open section. Stand there for a little while. You'll be running back here very quickly. You really have to write this fairly, this story. Because you people don't want to talk about the border. You don't want to talk about the bad things that are going on in our country. We're going to end up not having a country. You're not going to have any media. We don't have media. They don't have media. They do their own media. They don't need media. But you really should cover this story fairly. Before I begin, I have some, I think, very good words on the border and what to do and how to solve the problem. We had it solved. All they had to do is leave it. Leave it. Just leave it. But before I begin, I want to address the fake job numbers on top of everything else, fellas. Fake jobs. The fake job numbers that the Harris-Biden administration has been reporting for the last year. Thanks to a leaker yesterday, meaning probably in this case a patriot, they were forced to release numbers. They claimed falsely that they did 818,000 jobs. So they said they did almost 1 million jobs, 818,000 jobs that actually didn't exist. They were phantom jobs. They're called phantom jobs. The reason they did that is because I was even a little surprised their job numbers look better, because I know the economy's lousy. Everyone here knows it's lousy. These people behind me know it's lousy. We have the worst inflation, I believe, in the history of our country. And that's absolutely killing people. But it's 818,000 jobs, almost 1 million. And these are just the jobs we found out about. There's a lot of other false things that now are being looked at. That number will increase. So they reported false numbers. And this isn't a revision. There's never been anything like this. This is a fraud put out by Harris and by Biden. And they were going to release the real numbers. It's called a revision after the election. But it got found out before the election. And I hope you're going to write about it. But it's a big story. And it's a story that's going to be going very far. People are very upset about it, including government officials are very upset about it. Even people that are Democrats are because it's a pure fraud. You know, when you have a revision, you have a few jobs one way or the other, and they get it straight at the end of the month. But this one was sheltered for a long time, and they wanted to release it after November 5th. I wonder why, when it didn't really matter too much. But even then it mattered. But so I hope you're going to report it. Almost 1 million jobs were phantom jobs. They were fake jobs,
Well,
just like a lot of reporting is fake. And I hope you're going to report it because people have to hear it. They didn't want these numbers to come out, and they did come out. And I really, the whistleblower or whoever it was that got them to have to do it, somebody today, a high official said, well, we don't really believe those numbers because Trump gave them. I didn't give them. I got them from the administration, from the Labor Bureau. And these are the stats that were just let out. In fact, officially, I mean, they just came out. They were released in, officially released. Those are official numbers. Has nothing to do with me. I just happen to be playing the role of a reporter for a change. But I hope you're going to do something with it because I think it's a serious thing. It's the same as everything else. And I'm so glad that we decided to do this. It's a little dangerous to do. I hate to tell you, you guys are in danger with the kind of weaponry that we have, but I felt it was important to do. And this kind of stuff that they put up to shield us, I'm going to make you feel not so good. It doesn't mean a thing compared to what comes through there, but at least they can't see you. But it's dangerous territory. And these people have unbelievable courage. The Border Patrol, ICE, the police, local law enforcement, unbelievable. I don't even know how they do it. They talk about, I was courageous. These people are courageous. They go through this every day. And the amount of horrible injuries sustained in fights and shootings are just incredible. Not reported, but incredible. We're here
not reported.
today on
Exactly,
the
not
southern border
reported.
in Arizona, where Comrade Kamala Harris, I call her Comrade because she is a radical left Marxist. She wants open borders. She wants our country. I don't understand why anybody would want it, but she wants our country to be open to the world's criminals.
Mhm.
So they can come in and rape and pillage and do whatever they have to do.
And they're already
But
here.
she's the most radical left person who has ever run for high political office in our country's history. And by the way, the governor, who's done a poor job as governor, Minnesota, Walz, he's done a poor job, very poor job. His numbers are horrible. People are fleeing his state. I love his state. We should have won his state twice, but a lot of hanky-panky goes on there. Hasn't been won since 1972.
Wow.
Richard Nixon was the last one to win it. But every time I go in there, we have massive crowds and everything's good, but nobody seems to be able to win it. So I know why we didn't win it. People don't like to talk about it. But he's a horrible governor, has bad job numbers, bad numbers for leaving, a lot of people leaving the state. And he's insisted, he put a bill. I'm sure the sheriffs would be very happy when they hear this. He signed a bill fairly recently where boys' bathrooms have to have tampons in boys' bathrooms. I don't even like to bring the subject up, but it's a subject you have to hear about. That's what he wants.
It's crazy.
He's a radical left guy
It's crazy.
who lied like hell last night, and she'll lie tonight. We're doing a review of her tonight on Truth because she'll lie just like the rest of them lied. They talked about what I said about soldiers. I never said anything. I love our soldiers. They made the story up. It was fiction. We had 26 people countering it, but nobody cares. They made up everything, so many different stories. They made up about Project 25. They've been told officially, legally, in every way that we have nothing to do with Project 25. They know it, but they bring it up anyway. They bring up every single thing that you can bring up. Every one of them was false. He brought them up. But they've unleashed a deadly plague of migrant crime on our country by all of that plank and all of that very expensive wall. It's also got tremendous electronic capability inside of it. It's also got tremendous electronic capability inside of it. It's got wires for cameras and everything else that you can have. It's the Rolls Royce of walls, I can tell you. It's very hardened steel outside, 7,000-pound concrete inside, and rebar inside of the concrete. All different, all very hard to get through. And it's sad to see it sitting here. And we have crime going on up the road. In this direction, it's as far as you can see is wall. We have no problem there, but they come in where they refuse to put it up. That was when I first realized that they want open borders. I thought nobody could be so foolish or stupid to want open borders and have the world's population, the world's criminal population pour into our country. That's what's happening. But it's shattered so many families' lives and stolen so many incredible young lives. And it's also really badly hurt our black population and our Hispanic population because these people are taking their jobs. The jobs now are down, way down for the black population and the Hispanic population because we have millions of illegal aliens that are poured into our country. They've taken the jobs of African Americans and Hispanics. And that was obvious to me. Next is going to be unions. You watch. The unions are going to start going wild because those jobs are going to be taken too. We're honored to really be here with these incredible people, and in particular with some grieving families. And this is a group of people that I've gotten to know. They're incredible people. They've lost a loved one, and thousands of others are out there, and they are grieving also, but they're not out with you and sitting in this hot sun. I will say this, that at least it gives us a good reason. We're doing something for those incredible people that we'll be talking about very shortly, because we can't let it happen to other people.
No.
We can't let what you're going through happen to other families. And you know what you're going through, as we discussed, nobody's ever seen anything like it. All for no reason whatsoever. And these are hardened criminals pouring into our country. And then they always say, Sheriff, oh, the illegal immigrants don't commit crimes like people that live here. It's so wrong. They don't report them, but it's so wrong. They make our criminals look like babies. They make our criminals look like babies. That's about the only thing good. Our criminals all of a sudden don't look so tough to us, right? These are the roughest people, and they're the roughest people from all over the world. Their jails are being emptied from all over the world. The criminals are being taken from their cities. And by the way, their crime rates are way down. Their crime rates came way down. Venezuela, all of these countries, their crime rates are down. Their prison population's down. Soon they won't have any prison population, because 100% of it will be in our country. With the statement, if you ever come back, we will kill you. That's the statement they tell them. If you ever come back to Venezuela and other countries, we will kill you. But it's all over the world. The Congo in Africa, many prisoners let go from the Congo in Africa. Rough prisoners. All over Europe, they come from all over, rough sections, the jails. You have to see jail populations are way down. So we've done a lot of trips to the border over the years and told a lot of stories about border victims, including the stories of the amazing angel moms who have never been appreciated. They're incredible women, what they've gone through. They're going through a similar thing. And many of them, I asked about time, but this time, because many of them, this took place a long time ago with borders and horrible people coming in. And I don't have to tell you about the crimes, but the level of viciousness of the crime was unbelievable. But they said time doesn't heal. You know, the expression time heals all wounds. It doesn't. I spoke to some people, they say they're worse now than they were 15 years ago. And this started largely during Obama. And then we stopped it. We had it stopped. And then the first day in, they just said, we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. And all they had to do is let our people that we had in place, the best people. I was listening to people like Tom Homan, who is, just an incredible patriot, tough, smart, gets it, good man, but he's tough. I've been listening to all these people. They've been friends of mine for a long time. They know it better than anybody. But the level of criminality is unbelievable. It's an onslaught of violence at a level that nobody's ever seen before. For nearly 4 years, as border czar, Comrade Kamala has overseen a nation-wrecking border invasion. This is nation-wrecking. This isn't just like, oh, we're going to fix it a little bit later. Gets to a point where you can't fix it. She's allowed at least 20 million people, all illegal aliens, into our country, including millions and millions of unvetted fighting-age men from over 158 different countries. 150, most people didn't realize you had that many countries, right? Just recently, Kamala let in the head of a Peruvian gang who was wanted for 23 murders. Wow. Welcome to the United States of America. On her orders, Border Patrol is being forced to free tens of thousands of illegal aliens from custody week after week after week. And these are very violent criminals, too. These are the most violent criminals that you'll ever see. Every day brings another story about innocent Americans being tortured, raped, murdered, and massacred by illegal aliens that Kamala Harris has set free in our country. Don't hold them, they're told. Don't hold them, let them free. They'll behave. Well, he killed 20 people. Oh, but over here it's different. Since Comrade Harris took over the border, There has been a 43% nationwide increase in violent crime and a 60% increase in rape. And the FBI should be ashamed of themselves when they report numbers, because they, in order to keep the violence numbers down, they didn't report some of the worst cities in the country, like Chicago and others. What a disgrace. The FBI did that. In New York this June, an illegal alien released into our country by Kamala approached two 13-year-old children with a machete in broad daylight in front of other people, forced them into the woods, tied them together by the wrist, and raped them over and over again. Over and over again. Two Kamala migrants were just arrested for the rape of a 46-year-old woman in Coney Island. I know Coney Island very well. That's where I sort of started. My office was out there. Brooklyn, throwing her to the ground and raping her with a knife to her throat. One of them had previously been arrested for raping another woman, but instead of being deported, he was released into our country and told to enjoy your life. In Fort Wayne, Indiana, a woman who was offered a ride home by two illegal aliens was instead kidnapped, held down and raped, then driven around while the illegals discussed how they planned to kill her. They wanted to kill her. They didn't want to have a witness. And she miraculously escaped by throwing herself out of a rapidly moving car, was badly hurt, but she escaped. At least those people came from another country, and they were very violent, with an unbelievably violent background. Violence like you've never seen. In the Bronx recently, an illegal alien who Kamala set loose into the country approached a 36-year-old woman while pretending to ask for directions before he wrapped his arms around her throat, pinned her down on a park bench, and raped her publicly on a park bench. And she said, he wasn't trying to rape me, he was trying to kill me. In Michigan earlier this year, an illegal alien broke into a residence and sexually assaulted two young girls, doing tremendous damage to these two young, beautiful girls. In Virginia, a few weeks ago, a 54-year-old mother of four was leaving a convenience store when she noticed an illegal alien trying to steal her car. When she tried to stop him, he ran her down, ran her over, and left her dead on the ground. She was dead. And her family is devastated. In Texas last month, a Venezuelan illegal alien criminal let in by Comrade Kamala shot a female police officer multiple times with a rifle. And she'll never be the same. And that's being nice about it. A few months ago, I met with the devastated family of Laken Riley, a 22-year-old nursing student who was out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia when she was assaulted, beaten, and horrifically murdered. Kamala Harris let in the illegal alien animal who murdered Laken. This monster was in Border Patrol custody, under very strong custody. They didn't want to let him go. But under Kamala's policies, he was set free to kill. And that's what he did. Kamala let this bloodthirsty killer go free. And then he murdered beautiful Laken, number one in her class, nursing school. Everybody aspired to be like her. She was the best student, the best everything. Beautiful girl. Then there's the heartbreaking story of Rachel Morin. And we're joined today by Patty and Michael Morin, Rachel's mother and brother. And I met with them. We had lunch. And they're devastated at a level that nobody can really imagine. Rachel was a cherished 37-year-old mom, beautiful woman of 5 incredible children who adored their mother more than anything in the world. They loved their mom. Earlier this year, while Rachel was out on a run, she wants to keep herself in good shape, and she ends up getting killed. In her neighborhood, she was brutally raped and murdered by an illegal alien who was led into America by Kamala Harris and her policies of stupidity. Savage person who committed this heinous crime first killed another woman in El Salvador before walking across our open border. Just walked right in. They didn't have this then. He then attacked a 9-year-old girl and her mother in a home invasion in Los Angeles where they were very badly hurt before murdering Rachel in the area where Rachel lived in a very different part of this country. It was cold-blooded murder. Patty and Michael, I would just, first of all, thank you for being here. I know it's tough, but they want to let people understand what's going on here because this can't happen to other parents and sisters and brothers and husbands. So if you would, I'd love you to say a few words. Thank you. Please. Oh, please. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Absolutely. We don't want it to happen to other people. That's all.
No.
Big thing.
Hi. I was just thanking President Trump for the invitation to come and to share Rachel's story. Rachel was 37 years old. She had 5 children. She worked very hard to support her family. And the trail that Rachel ran daily was a trail that we as a family would walk over the last 25 years that we've lived in Maryland. It's a very safe, small trail, very public, very open. Moms with baby carriages go down this trail. It's very safe. I was in Kentucky. We had a grandbaby that had passed away. When I got a phone call from my son, and he said, "Mom, there's somebody here that would like to speak to you." And when I said hello, the person on the other end said, "Hello, Mrs. Morin. This is Detective so-and-so. I'm the lead detective on this case. There's no easy way to tell you this, but we found your daughter's body. And if they find the body, you know that she's dead. They wouldn't say, 'We found Rachel. She's alive.'" And so they found my daughter's body. And when they found it, it just recently has come out that she was brutally beaten, raped, and then stuffed into a drain pipe. We're 18,000 miles, 1,800 miles from the border. And because of this open border, we've had not just my daughter, but we've actually had 2 in the same county that we're from where. And the reason why I came here today and I accepted the invitation is because I really want our words to be heard. And I really want you to take to heart what we're saying. We're not here for a political stand, although we are. We're here because we're losing our moms, our daughters, our children to criminals. And that shouldn't happen. We should be taking care of our country, our people. And the only way I believe that's going to happen is if President Trump is reelected as president. And we close up this border and we put policies back into place that were there before. Instead of this open border thing, we're going to end up being a third world country if it continues this way. And I truly hope that you would just take my words to heart, because it's devastating to lose a child, but even more devastating when you see the pictures or you see the body and you really understand what's happened to that person. Mm-hmm. So please take to heart, this is a very, very important issue. And it's one that's either going to make or break our country. It's not so much, it's about America. It's about Americans. It's about us taking and protecting ourselves and looking out for each other. It's about protecting our families. So, thank you.
Thank you.
and standing up for what we believe in.
Thank you very much. Boy. And there's story after story like that. Also with us is Alexis Nungari and Hormel Guevara, the loving mother and uncle of precious Angel Jocelyn Nungari. Jocelyn was a 12-year-old girl from Houston whose life was stolen by two criminal illegals that Harris freed into our country for no reason whatsoever. They were known as monsters. 2 months ago, after walking to the convenience store, these criminal migrants kidnapped Jocelyn, tied her up for 2 hours, violently assaulted her, and strangled her violently to death. Charged with Jocelyn's wicked murder are two illegal aliens from Venezuela who came across our border. Just walked across like there was nothing to it. Couldn't do that 5 years ago, 4 years ago. They were in Border Patrol custody. They were gotten, they were nabbed, and were then released into our country. Alexis, we cannot fathom your pain. There are so many people that are going through this pain, but we pledge to always hold Jocelyn in our hearts. And Alexis, I'd like to have you maybe come up and say a few words. Thank you very much.
So I would love to thank Donald Trump for giving us this invitation to be here and to say a few words to the staff that's been so kind to help us in this very hard time. My daughter was just 12. She had dreams to be famous. She wanted to be a famous actor. She was so funny. She was her own personality. And it's been very hard. It's been very hard. June 17th was the day her life was taken. She was left with no clothing from the waist down, was thrown in a bayou, left strangled to death. We believe, yes, she was assaulted off of DNA kit that has been, but it's still very, very early, and it's still very, very raw, and it's still very, very surreal. And they had no reason to do anything that they did to Jocelyn. There was over 300 detention beds that they should have been at because they were detained and they were released when they shouldn't have been released. One had an ankle monitor, didn't stop anything. So now I have to go through the rest of my life with my son, always asking for his sister. And I just really, really, really want everybody to please take into consideration how important border control is, because we're losing very innocent people to heinous crimes that shouldn't be happening in the first place. So please, please, I really hope everybody can hear my pain, to just please, please, he needs to be in office, and we need better control. We need to stop this. We need to stop losing our littles. We need to start losing children, mothers, sisters, because now I get to grieve every single day. Every milestone that hits gets harder because she's not there for it. She was going to be a 7th grader. She had her whole life ahead of her. And it was viciously taken away by two evil, heinous monsters. So thank you again for taking the time to listen to my words. And please, help him make a change. Thank you.
So Jocelyn is in heaven now, looking down on us right now. And in her name and her memory, we'll be fighting to protect every American daughter and child. That's why we're here, because this will happen and has happened by the thousands. There are thousands of people that are in horrible situations like this. As Kamala gives her convention speech tonight, she will not mention the victims. She won't even talk about them, although now that she sees us, maybe she will. She'll not say their names or express remorse to their families. Kamala says she wants to talk about the future. No, these people want to go back to the safe past. We don't have a future with open borders and all of the other problems this country has. The crime problem, just like they rigged the 818,000 jobs number, they rigged the crime numbers too. That's also been a proven fact, just came out. But she's stolen the future of Lake and Riley and Rachel and our precious Jocelyn, just taking their lives away for no reason. When I left office, I gave Kamala Harris the strongest and most secure border in American history. These people have done an incredible job. They worked with lots of others. And if you came here illegally, you got caught and you were deported or put in jail, depending on what. In some cases, we put them in jail because we didn't want, they were so violent, we didn't want to take a chance that they'd come back. But generally, they were deported and brought into countries that wouldn't accept them before me. With me, they accepted them. They wouldn't take them back, but with me, they accepted them. I said, you're going to have a lot of problems if you don't. We ended catch and release. We had remain in Mexico. The greatest policy, remain in Mexico. How good was that? Everybody remained in Mexico until they were checked out, and either they came in or not. Most of them didn't qualify. Title 42, Safe Third agreements, and 500 miles of border wall that was very, very difficult to even think about getting over, around, or under. The final gaps of the wall were about to be sealed. Then Kamala came in and dismantled every single Trump border policy and halted all wall construction. And there it says, but much of it's been sold. This is just a small example of what it was, what it is before they lift it up. So you can see on the ground behind me the sections of wall that taxpayers paid for, a lot of money. But Kamala refused to put up, just refused. She wouldn't do it. Everybody called. I even made some calls. I said, you got to put it up. You got to put it up. But she didn't want it open. She wanted a wide open border. What Biden and Kamala have done to the families here with me and so many others, thousands and thousands of others, not only killed, also really badly hurt to a point where they'll never lead a normal life again. It's shameful and it's evil. Every year under Harris, a new all-time record of illegal immigration has been set. Every single year, our great borders are. She'll blow away Biden's reputation as being the worst president. She'll be a president that'll make him look good, just like Biden made Jimmy Carter look good. To get illegals into America as fast as possible, Harris has flown hundreds of thousands by airplane. You know, then they say, oh, well, we didn't want him to go. But then we found out a few months ago that they're flying him in over the border by airplanes to all over our country. Well, that means they do want them to come in and flying in some very dangerous people. It's close to 1 million people, we think. Close to 1 million people were flown in over the border, and she's trying to say, well, we're in favor of borders. She just started this a short while ago. She's even launched a smartphone program that gives fast pass entry to thousands of illegal immigrants, all coming very quickly.
What does that one say? I don't know what that one just said.
Use the smart pass and you get immediate access into our country. Can you believe this? And then they're trying to say we believe in borders. They're flying right over our heads, right into the middle states. All over, every border, and you've heard this, every border, you look at the different states and put another way, every state is a border state now when you think about it, because they just come right past here and they get taken to other states that never even thought of a problem like this. And those are not happy campers. According to a new DHS report, Kamala Harris also lost more than 300,000 migrant children
Wow.
that she allowed to be trafficked into our country. These children are gone. Many of them are dead. And nobody does anything about it.
Yep.
300,000 children are missing. Can you imagine that?
Hi,
Can you
Tina.
imagine if that were a Trump administration? Be the biggest story in history.
Yep.
Nobody even talks about it, just like they don't talk about the fact that Joe Biden got $27 million from different countries. And they don't talk about that, him and his family. Just came out from Congress. Nobody talks about it. I do have some good news, though, for the people standing behind me in particular, and maybe for some of the press that wants to hear good things. The Supreme Court just ruled that you're not allowed to have illegal aliens vote. Just came out just before I walked up. So
Well, we'll
illegal
see how that
aliens
works out.
are officially not allowed to vote in our country.
Mm-hmm.
And I
They
give
will
great
be.
credit to the Supreme Court. They have great courage in doing what they're doing. It's not easy, but that was one that everybody was hoping for. You know, a vast majority of people agree with that. It's a very small amount of people that don't. Who would want that? So thank you very much. And she's really provided Harris deportation immunity to the vast majority of criminal aliens living inside the United States. They've got immunity. They really have immunity. And importing MS-13 directly into our cities. MS-13 is the most vicious gang we feel. If I ask the sheriffs behind me, I think probably considered the most vicious gangs in the world. Wouldn't you say, Brandon? It's there's never seen anything like it. It's not even believable. I won't tell you about it. It's not even believable. As the DA of San Francisco, Kamala Harris was the godmother of deadly sanctuary cities. She was considered the godmother. All they're doing is protecting criminals,
Protecting
which
the
set
criminals.
loose illegal alien criminals rather than hand them over to ICE, who are doing an incredible job. Under a program Kamala set up, an illegal alien arrested on drug charges in 2008 was set free to enjoy job training. A short time later, that same illegal alien attacked a 29-year-old beautiful young woman, Amanda Kiefer, stealing her purse and fracturing Amanda's skull. It was vicious and horrible, and Amanda's here
Oh, I
with us.
hope
And
so.
I'd love to have Amanda come up and say a few words. Thank you.
I'm Amanda Kiefer. I don't feel like I belong on the stage with the folks here since I seem to have gotten off kind of easy with just a fractured skull. I didn't lose loved ones, but the night I was walking to dinner in Pacific Heights, it was a nice neighborhood. You wouldn't expect broad daylight.
Not supposed to carry an American flag out of
Um,
Chicago. That's what this can cross.
my purse was stolen, and I stepped into the street, and the car he jumped into came at me. I jumped up on the hood to avoid getting run over, and he floored it and hit the brakes. The police were great. They had caught him and his accomplice in a really short time, because I remember being on a gurney in the hallway of the hospital, and I had to ID them. They were laughing as they fractured my skull. What was really the worst part about it all, though, is when I found out that taxpayer money was paying for job training for this guy who avoided going to prison for the first felony he committed, for jobs he couldn't legally hold. It was kind of a wake-up moment for me, and I moved out of San Francisco because I didn't feel safe there. And I don't think our country is going to be safe under Kamala Harris.
Story after story. Kamala has called for the abolishing of ICE, the closing of every ICE detention facility, and the releasing of some of the most vicious criminals anywhere in the world by doing so. She supports health care for illegal immigrants and has promised to give illegals mass amnesty and citizenship, which will obliterate
Trump
Social
absolutely
Security.
is
Social
America
Security is
first.
going to be obliterated by all of these millions of people that she wants to put on, and also Medicare will be obliterated. I'm going to
He
save Social
absolutely
Security.
is America first.
I'm not going to touch it. We're going to make our country strong, but they're going to obliterate it. She also feels extremely
That's
strongly
what
about
you
defund
don't
the police.
know.
She wants to defund the police. And anytime somebody wants to defund the police, you're never going to get them back to being normal. The police have to be taken care of. They're the best thing we have going to protect us. They know exactly what's going on. When we do deportation, they know every person out there, and they know the middle name, and they know everything about them, and they know all of the bad ones. They know the really bad ones. That'll be a great help. We have to get the criminals
You
out of
don't
our
think that
country
he's America
immediately.
first?
Kamala is always
You've
going
never
to
met
have
him.
open borders. If
Q-tip.
Comrade Harris has the
You haven't met him.
chance, she will allow
I've met him personally.
more than
I've met
100
him.
million
I know he
illegal
loves
aliens into our
America.
country.
And
Our
he loves
country will be
America more
overrun,
than anybody else in this country.
and essentially, it won't be a country. It will be not governable. With us today are leaders of the National Border Patrol. You've known them, you've met them. I don't have to go over, but I want to just thank them for the incredible job they've
That's
done.
something
I've worked
that you
so well
must
with
be reading the
Paul
fake
Perez
news.
has been unbelievable. Past President Brandon Judd, unbelievable. Sheriff Mark Daniels has been incredible. I watched him on television today. He did
I don't
a
think
great
so.
job of explaining
I'll
this
let
crazy
you guys.
situation that we're in.
You guys can say in here
Sheriff
comments, but
Chris Heiser.
you
So I
guys are
want to just
absolutely
say, over
wrong.
here, and Paul and Brandon, Mark, and everybody, I want to thank you so much. It's incredible the
You
job
guys
you
are
do.
wrong.
Such a dangerous job.
I can't tell you
I
how
actually
wrong
did. I came in.
you
I
guys
met one
are.
of the
My hand just fell asleep.
Border Patrol who was
Um,
badly wounded. I said, "Are you okay?" It's a while ago. He said, "Yes." I said, "What happened?" "Well, my leg is broken, my arm was broken, my back was broken, my neck was broken, my skull was fractured." He went through a list of things. I said, "That's unbelievable."
That is unbelievable.
When we win this November, we will end the.
That is unbelievable. I want to live free. I don't want people running in the border here. Hold on a second. I'm just looking here a second. Hold on a second. I'm just looking here a second. Hold on a second. I'm just looking here a second. Hold on a second. I'm just looking here a second. Hold on a second. I'm just looking here a second. Hold on a second. I'm just looking here a second. I can't stand. I can't stand trolls. I can't deal with it. I can't stand trolls. I can't deal with it. I can't stand trolls. I can't deal with it. I can't either. I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. I can't either. I just can't deal with it. You're welcome. I'm on my phone. It won't let me delete and okay, let's just see. You're welcome. Please hit that like and share button, please. And let's just get rid of this. Why won't it? Okay. I don't know where my mods are, but it's okay. We just ignore. Trolls do need to move on. I'm sorry about that, guys. That just kind of cut our Trump live down because I couldn't do both. But he's absolutely, it's the truth. We're having all these people come in this country and we're supporting them. And we got vets on the street. We got vets that are homeless. People are getting killed. This country's never been in such a disgrace. So everybody's being timed out as we speak, as of right now. And if they come back, they come back. We will knock them out again. Oops, sorry. Thanks, Jamie. I love you guys. And that's right. They don't want to hear the truth. And President Trump tells the truth. And he is an American patriot. He is an American hero. Because I wouldn't put up with the stuff that he put up with. And he never gives up. He never gives in. And he won't, because he loves his country as much as we all do. I will support President Trump. I will stand by President Trump. Hands down. I will support his whole team. But there's people being killed every day, and there's people out to mark him to be killed every day. And he continues to do what he does. He's an American patriot. I don't know how else we can say that. He is an American hero. That's right. I know he puts his country first. When I talked to him personally on Labor Day last year, he is an American patriot. And no matter how much money he has, whatever, that doesn't even come into play. I'm proud of President Trump. I'm proud of President Trump's team. Yeah. I'm proud to support President Trump. Oh, you could be. Then I'm the second one. I'm weirdo too. It's okay. It's okay. Because, like I said, hashtag Mission for Justice too. I will support every J6 person across this country. Because they don't belong. They don't belong in jail either. They had the right to have their voices heard, and they were heard. We are chatting responsibility. I just put him on timeout for 300 seconds. I can't take it. I can't. And you guys, we'll just back ourselves up. I can't deal with it. I can't. That's okay, Tina. Me too. I'll wear my J6 shirt. I'll wear my President Trump shirt. I'll wear it everywhere. I'm a Trump girl. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. I am a Trump girl. Um, yeah, you darn right I'm in control. And these people can, they are terrible. They are terrible that they come in and do this kind of stuff. And I'm trolling. I don't care. It's all right. That's what they do. They ain't gonna change my mind in no way, no how. Okay, so let's go through this one more time. Did I freeze? Did I freeze, guys? I shouldn't have. All right. Did I freeze, guys? Oh, I know. Me too. Like that's my thing is setting everybody straight. Um. So here's the flag. We need to sell. We need to sell 10 more flags, guys. Um. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's the calls. We're starting already. The trolls have my number, so now they call, and they think I'm like I'm going to answer it and tell them a story. It ain't happening. Okay. They can do whatever they want. Operation Freedom, J6, United We Stand. They're like my flag. They are 50 if you guys are interested. They are 50. I'm not going to stay on here much longer. I got things to do. That's right, Cleo. Okay, here's the shirts. The ribbon is right here. J6 ribbon. Operation Freedom, J6. United We Stand. We have these in red, yellow, white, and black. If anybody is interested, if you can't say something nice, don't say it at all. This isn't what this chat's about. Oh, I keep putting everybody on timeout. It's okay. It's okay. So that is that. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's pin that there. Okay, I just pinned my Cash App at the top of the page. I make my mind too, but you know what? We just ignore that anymore. I just ignore it. And it's okay. It's okay. We deal with it. I laugh about it. I don't get upset with it anymore. Yep, we're trying to be nice here. So let's be nice. But we don't have to be, which is fine. Ron J. Only Ron J. It could have been written by a conservative senator. It could have been. I'm not saying it hasn't or has. Yeah, that's it. So we just I just keep tying them out. That's all right. I'll be my own moderator and person talking, so it's okay. All right, guys. So let's get this for a second. Okay, hold on. Let's change gears a little bit. This is my all-time favorite song, guys. I am, and it's fine. We can stay on here and just beat these people out. I don't even care anymore. Okay, come on. Let's finish. All right, here we go. This is my favorite of all favorite songs. And I think we need this right now.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife.
I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Sing with me, guys. That will kill them all.
From
the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. It's time in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an America, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American, well, at least I know I'm free. I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. I love that song. And I try to sing that at least once a day.
All senior citizens can apply for the
because that's just my thing. President Trump is my thing. I absolutely love it. Okay, so now who's texting me now? Um, thank you for all you do. Um, me too. Yep. We could not do this without patrons like you. Without you. Running mission. I'm mission to one of the things, I can come down over election is I'm going to be in full force and I'm going to do things flag and events. We're going to explore because the screen goes back and forth, which is okay. I'm about it.